everybody, welcome to the Cucco Attack Critics Royale Game Awards 2021 betting special. We have not had
doing more betting. Yes.
There's nothing special about this.
We've had this is special because we haven't had a recording since July 15th. was our last thing we did, which was the E3 betting results, which did not work out in my favor. And is likely going to lead to me playing Balan Wonderworld. So.
Yeah, this fantasy league has had some spicy developments, so you'll have to look forward to the results.
Unfortunately, Balan Wonderworld is entirely my fault for even picking it.
Yeah.
I think we're joking. It's right here. We're gonna play this.
I'm gonna play it. Damn it. So.
Well, you're gonna own it. You're gonna have to live with it.
That's gonna go on my wall of shame.
And play it on your favorite controller.
You have to record it and put gameplay on YouTube. Full
You
gameplay.
really should. At least like an hour or two.
Ugh. I'll try. Watch, I'll play it and I'll be like, this game's actually really good. It's all subjective. It's all subjective, everyone.
I heard some people actually like it, so. But
Oh! I just looked. Halo Infinite is trending at 87 points.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna win this league. and your Solar Ash game went up 3 points since I last checked. So.
Oh, 79.
Yeah.
So yeah, just letting everybody else know what the deal is here. I'm out. I'm at the very bottom. I'm not even gonna break 100 points. I'll probably barely break 80 points at this point. But Patrick and Sadish were in a very tight battle, mostly due to the fact that Sadish stupidly did not bet enough money because he's cheap, as we've said in the past, even with digital money, for Forza Horizon.
Allowed me instead pick it up.
So yeah, Patrick got,
which is the best reviewed game of the year in our league.
92 points, which was 24 points, right?
Yeah,
You got
because they
24
double the points.
over
points
90.
Yeah, past
escalating at 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so Patrick has a pretty hefty lead, but then here comes Sadish.
It's coming down to the wire, and really what the deciding factor will be is how much Halo is going to hurt me.
Which is
I
mine.
counterpicked it.
And Patrick counterpicked Halo, so I guess we were very uncertain with that game, considering its recent kind of history with it maybe coming out, maybe not coming out.
So here's how it is right now. Okay, I just did the massive math of subtraction. With 87 points and Patrick's 159 existing points, that will be subtracting 17. So right now, if Halo came out today, and these that score would stayed, Patrick would have 142 points compared to my current 143.
Yeah. But you're definitely getting points for your last game that you have.
Right.
Yeah, you got this.
Yeah, so Sadish is pretty much crowned the winner of this.
This is with me tanking Balan and new Pokemon.
Yeah.
And not having a game.
Sliver of hope for me is
Hollow Knight.
at the Game Awards they announce any sort of a release date for Silksong.
Well, as long as that
Either-
release date's 2021.
Or if it comes out, or if they announce that it's not coming out. In which case I can finally drop that game, because it's not
that's
allowing me to
true.
drop it.
That is true.
Yeah.
So we'll have to stay glued to the wire to see what happens here. But
Yeah.
anyways, this betting special has no impact on this season. We are setting stakes for next season, and that whoever wins this betting special will get to determine the draft order. So
I'm gonna win, go number 1, and pick the worst game again.
No, there's some
The
pretty
new
big
Pepper
hitting
Bud.
games that are slated to come out.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Well, I like this season. Patrick immediately went for Breath of the Wild too, and I immediately, back in January or December of last year, said, "There's no way in hell Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year," and I was right. So,
You're right.
so I was definitely good with my thoughts on that game, but not my thoughts on Returnal, which was my counter pick that destroyed me.
Yeah.
That was not a good one.
Did it destroy you? I don't know.
It was like I was like minus 17 or 16. Yeah.
16 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. Worse than Balin.
No, no, Balin would have been great if I counterpicked because
I meant like you lost more points than Sadish lost for Balin.
Sadish got minus. No, didn't you get minus 26 for Balin?
It was minus 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with new Pokemon Snap, I lost
Oh, that's why. Because you got the 20.
35 points in total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you combine both of those, then he I
know
don't
what
know
we're-
how you're winning.
If I didn't even have Balin, I would clearly be winning right now.
Yeah.
Yes. You're just making this season interesting.
Yeah, seriously. I shot myself in the foot.
Yeah.
That's literally what I just did. Not literally, figuratively what I just did.
Yeah. That and the whole Horizon debacle. Idiot. The Verizon.
Well, yeah.
Verizon. Jesus.
No,
Forza
no,
Horizon. I'm gonna call it Verizon from now on.
Horizon.
So.
But
All right.
Anyhow.
So Patrick will take over here and give us the rundown.
I basically took 15 of the awards and wrote down all their nominees here, and we will each take turns betting on what we think is going to win each award. So, without further ado, we'll start with the best multiplayer game. And the nominees are Back 4 Blood, It Takes Two, Knockout City, Monster Hunter Rise, New World, and Valheim.
I am
Did
going.
these change?
No.
For some reason now, I think I remember before I was like, sorry, Charge, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Because I think I remember initially I was like, oh, it'll probably be It Takes Two. But now when I think about it, Valheim was such a major thing.
Really?
I never even heard of it.
Really?
I know
It
nothing
was
about
so
it.
massive. That I don't know. I may have to change.
I will say that 2021's number one pick of Back 4 Blood. Heard very little about that game after it released. So, and I
That's your
didn't,
number one pick.
and I did not enjoy the demo at all. It was not fun, and yeah. So I will not be picking Back 4 Blood as best multiplayer game. Honestly, probably the most I've heard of in like talk is Monster Hunter Rise. So I'm kind of tempted to go with that.
It's a pretty big game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big game, big series. It is a Nintendo Switch multiplayer game though.
Heard actually
But I've
kinda
heard it's
get
pretty
into
good.
Knockout City too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's free, I think. We on PS
Yeah,
Plus last year.
It was on
Yeah.
free for PS Plus, but it was one of those games where everybody was kind of downing on it, but then
Well, because the trailer was awful, but
it's dodgeball,
Yeah.
so that's
yeah.
that's what it is. So everybody's like, what the hell? But apparently a lot of people really like it. It's just like a fun game. Apparently, I haven't played it personally.
yeah.
I did claim it.
But-
That was like the last game I claimed before my subscription ran out. So, and that was after I missed the PGA 2022, which was really annoying.
And
Hey
of
man, you
course-
never know. It might be New World.
Another one I don't know anything about.
It's Amazon.
That's the Amazon one.
RPG.
Oh, that
Yeah,
one? No way.
Yeah.
That one, no.
yeah. I'm gonna go in with Monster Hunter Rise. That's gonna be my
Monster Hunter.
that's my pick. I mean, we can all
Alright.
pick the same stuff. It doesn't really matter,
We
I
can,
guess,
we
because
can.
it's gonna come down to like points, like weighted. I guess you're gonna have a weight for points, how many things we get right, and then
Yeah, whoever
But I-
gets the most like categories right will win.
Right, right.
In the event of the tiebreaker, we
In
have
the
to play
event of the
Smash.
Tiebreaker. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll give Game of the Year like tiebreaker status.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the big one.
But I think the thing is that there's no co-op category, correct?
No.
So I think I'll stand by what I initially said before. Not about that high. This was prior to this recording.
But It Takes Two.
It Takes Two, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It Takes Two.
It's supposed to be
Yeah.
good, and it looks up my alley. I do love a good co-op game.
I think I'm also going with It Takes Two here, just because it's probably the most unique in this category, just with its like asymmetric kind of game design. So
I'm always a fan of asymmetry.
yeah, you know, it was a really good multiplayer game. I don't know why it wasn't nominated. Was that Operation Tango? Why did I?
Yeah,
keep putting
true.
nominations?
That was a fun game.
Yeah.
Although I don't think Operation Tango came out this year.
I thought it came out in June.
Did it?
Yeah.
Which one was that?
It was like an asymmetric spy game where.
Oh yeah, it did come out in June. That's
Was it on
surprising.
PS Plus too? I feel like I have it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was
It
the
was.
PS
Okay.
Plus game that month, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was
Yeah,
also like a
Patrick and I-
debut title, so
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Patrick and I played through it.
Okay.
yeah. But regardless, all right, we got our
Yes.
votes. Monster
Yes.
Hunter for Chad. It Takes Two for me and Sadish. Or should I say, right games and objectionable content? Sorry. All right. Moving on to best sim or strategy game.
I'm.
Nominees.
Oh yeah, go down to nominees. I already got mine.
Age of Empires 4, Evil Genius 2, World Domination, Humankind, Inscription, and Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Boom. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I'm doing the exact same right now. Although I'm
I'm going
really
with-
confused because I thought this was nominated last year.
That's what I was
Uh,
about to ask. Like, wasn't
Also,
Flight
for
Sim
me-
last year?
For me, it's weird that they combined sim and strategy game together.
I guess it's a very
Boring
unique
genre.
category that needs
Whatever, man. That is
fleshing
not a
out
boring
the list.
genre.
Honestly,
It's
I would
definitely-
pick. I was thinking about picking Age of Empires 4 just because of the.
I'm gonna pick Age of Empires 4.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what it's
Okay.
between. Like for me, it's between the two. But Microsoft Flight Simulator was like so highly regarded,
So,
Yeah.
and it looks beautiful, especially if you're playing
It
with
is.
like a 3090. It's like ridiculous.
Really seditious thinking.
No, I'm picking Age of
Yeah, okay, he's
Empires.
so confident. Okay.
Seditious
It's locked.
thinking.
Next. Best sports and racing game or racing game.
Well, I
We
think
got-
I think we all have the answer on this one.
Should we even bother reading and just all vote?
Oh, you guys are picking Hot Wheels Unleashed also?
I heard it's pretty
Actually, I heard that was
good.
pretty good.
And if you
Yeah,
buy it on
yeah.
Switch, it comes with a little Hot Wheels car too, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's
cool.
fun.
I saw it at Walmart the other day when I was looking through the Switch cabinet.
It has a. You can. There are custom tracks there also.
I bought Brody some Hot Wheels for Christmas. I can't wait to play with them. Like I bought a track that like spins them and jumps them.
All right, so I have us all down for Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Yep.
What's interesting is that like some of these aren't considered sim games because F1 2021
It's a
Is
racing game.
definitely be considered a sim.
Doesn't have to be a sim.
No, I know that, but I'm talking about like the previous category.
There's
Sim
a
and
lot of
strategy.
like weird career management stuff now in those games.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, sports games are horrible. Like FIFA's huge for like the build your own league stuff and build your own team and like that's the same thing with like Madden and like NHL. People love that stuff, but personally, like for me, for sports games, I'm just like start a season, I'll play like 10 games of the season, never play it again.
Only sports games I enjoy of actual sports is golf.
Yeah, golf
Speaking of
games.
which, I haven't played the.
Dad, why isn't Mario Golf on here?
This piece of garbage. this garbage game. It got me 1
Dad's
point, and is a
biggest
piece.
regret of the year.
Biggest
Okay, I did
regret.
get you.
Biggest regret in picking up because I thought Patrick was gonna try to get it, so I completely overspent on it. And then in my personal life, buying this piece of shit and playing it for like an hour or two and just not enjoying any of it at all because Hot Shots Golf / Everybody's Golf is a much better golf game. If you want a cartoony golf game, that's the game you play. You don't play Mario Golf. Mario Golf, I'm done. I'm done with Mario Golf. Never again. I bought the last one too on DS, 3DS, the World Tour, and yeah, done.
Yeah.
No more. So Forza Horizon
Alright.
5 it is.
Forza. I'm picking up Forza Sedition.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You have to. I mean, it's the highest rated game of the year. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think a lot of people are surprised it wasn't nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah,
but
so
alas.
there's no reason it's not gonna win sports /
Yeah.
racing.
Moving on to the Nintendo category, that is Best Family Game. We have It Takes Two, which is the only non-Nintendo game, and then Mario Party Superstars. New
Technically, Pokemon
Snap.
Snap's not a Nintendo game. It's
Yes, it is.
Technically,
Game-
yeah.
Game Freak game?
Pokemon Company, Game Freak, yeah.
Yeah.
But it is also only available on a Nintendo platform, so...
Right.
But Game Freak is just isn't that just like a Nintendo subsidiary? Like they just split it
Yeah.
off that way?
Or,
Because
like-
could you imagine if like Nintendo was actually like Pokemon Company? They'd have the Pokemon Company money with the Nintendo money. They would just be
Oh,
this
gosh.
massive.
That
Oh.
would be a monopoly.
Yeah,
that would be Disney right there.
pretty much.
No, so
Uh,
apparently the Game Freak company is Nintendo's just publishing their games.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
not
they're
a
very
subsidiary.
close. They're like second party, you could say,
Yeah.
just based off their relationship and how Pokemon is managed.
So wait till somebody's gonna piss off somebody else, and then we're gonna get like 4K Pokemon on the PS5, and it's gonna look like Detective Pikachu in real life. So,
I can't imagine Game Freak ever achieving that.
yeah.
Oh, look at this. So it
Consider-
looks like Game Freak also has made or still making other games. Like Little
yeah,
Town
yeah, yeah.
Hero.
Yeah,
and
Little
Giga
Town
Wrecker
Hero
Ball.
was their.
They do the occasional little indie game.
Yeah.
I liked one that was I forget what it was called. It was like Rhythm Hero or something. It was pretty fun. It was a little 3DS indie game, like side-scrolling rhythm game.
It's good stuff. So this one's hard for me. I don't know, because like Mario Party Superstars just came out.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap kind of got like lukewarm reviews.
Yeah.
WarioWare, I don't even know what did WarioWare score? Nobody picked it, so I didn't even see what its like ratings were.
Around the low 80s or something.
Yeah.
It was alright.
So
Is it gold? WarioWare Gold?
WarioWare, get it together.
Like, get it together.
Oh, there it is. Okay. It's
Oh, you're looking
scored
at-
as 76.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Pokemon Snap was an 80. And then yeah, so like Mario 3D World Bowser Fury, I'm like I don't think that should
Just
win.
have that multiplayer aspect to it. That's like I don't know how you define best family game. Like, is it a game that's really fun to play with everybody, or is it just one that's
Simple
friendly
for
and
everybody.
nice?
If it's
Yeah.
friendly and nice, I think you pick like Pokemon Snap, because then it's literally just like chill. Anyone can point and click the camera. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
So for me, it's always like based up. Whenever I think of best family game, I'm always like, my mind goes to like all those promotional and marketing pictures you see about the the family together, and to me that's like Mario Party.
yeah.
That's just
Mhm.
everybody playing together.
Yeah, because Mario
at the
Party
same
2,
time.
you can play for 4 to 8 players or whatever it is.
Right.
Oh, I
So
know it's
that's
at
what
least
I
4.
consider a family game. But then again, I mean, for me it's the toss up between It Takes Two and Mario Party Superstars, because It Takes Two, well, its subject matter deals with family, in that it's about
It is
a child
literally
and
about
going through
family. Yeah.
yeah, it's literally about family. No, the characters you play are the toys of a child, correct?
Well, it's like his parents' souls get sucked into these,
Right, and
inanimate
then
objects.
and the whole like subject of it is the parents are getting divorced, and this is sort of the child's way of understanding it, or something like that. Don't quote me because I have no idea. I'm speaking out of my butt. Uh, but I believe that's what it's about. So, in that sense, subject matter wise, I think It Takes Two has is pretty strong in this category. But
Going with
as
the sophisticated pick or the
right, exactly. But if this is more literally about just hey, you know what, let's get the family together and play a video game, then it's straight up Mario Party for me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here I'll help make the decision here. I'm voting for Mario Party. So
Yeah.
now,
I'm very tempted to go that way as well. So yeah, let's do Mario Party.
we got 2 for Mario Party.
I think we
here.
have to do Mario Party.
All right, Sadish.
So okay, so this might be a thing for you. So last year's Best Family Award was
Okay,
Animal
okay.
Crossing.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense because that was like the only game of last year.
I mean, that was like the game of 2021.
That should have won
Didn't
Game of
even-
the Year.
I think it was nominated for Game
It
of the Year.
was. It was.
Yeah.
It was between like Last of Us 2, Doom Eternal, and Animal Crossing.
See what Sadish's point is,
And
though,
Hades.
It Takes Two is nominated for Game of the Year, though.
Yeah, you remember that?
Oh,
They
the
did
musical
the musical thing
transition.
at the end, and they transitioned from like Hades, which was like death metal, into
The Animal
like the
Crossing?
Animal Crossing theme.
That was beautiful. I got emotional. I was like, how did they pull that off? This is actually amazing.
Yeah, it was all like dun, 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 dun. Then it was like doo 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 doo.
Da, ba, ba, ba. I was just, I love it.
And Luigi's Mansion was 2019,
That game was so good.
Yeah.
which beat Super Smash Brothers.
Mhm.
So
I mean, I do think
Luigi's
Luigi's
Mansion was
a
really.
great game.
I wouldn't really
Yeah.
consider it like. So if you think of it like family game, it has the one little multiplayer feature with like Guigi.
Yeah, there's a little co-op.
exactly. See,
But
so
it's-
it doesn't matter. So it could be a single player game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making me question.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Super Mario 3D World too, just because
Yeah.
it was a port of a game that only sold like 8 million.
I'm sticking with Mario Party
Yeah.
though. People seem to be really high on this Mario Party.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mario Party also.
I'm.
You gonna change, Chad? Last chance.
It's gonna bite me in the ass. I'm gonna change.
You don't know that.
Super Mario 3D World.
Ooh.
Let me do that. Just because I keep forgetting, like, even though I played that game like 7 years ago, like 80 million people just played it. so
That's true.
yeah.
That Bowser's Fury expansion. All right, going once, going twice. Locked. All right. Best fighting game. Booyah.
You got
These are some
that.
really long names. Let's just say Demon Slayer, Guilty Gear, Melty Blood, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and Virtua Fighter 5.
Yo, I got to go with that Guilty Gear, son. Those videos are hilarious.
We're trying to mimic the Donkey video here. I love it. Was really good.
that Guilty Gear video was fantastic.
I'm also going with Guilty Gear just because the animation in that game looked amazing.
Plus,
Yeah, the animation is beautiful.
I don't remember hearing good things about Virtual Fighter 5 for what it's worth. I would throw it up between Guilty Gear and Nickelodeon All Star, just because a lot of people did enjoy Nickelodeon All Star because of the nostalgia for the characters.
Yeah, I heard
But-
Nickelodeon was decent, but I
But
also
no
heard
voice acting, like really.
It's low
is-
budget.
Yeah, it's very
no
low
voice
budget.
acting. It has like no.
There's no like
items
characters
or
to. Yeah, there's
this-
like no character to the game. It's just very vanilla.
Yeah, it's very bare bones.
Yeah. So I
But-
gotta go with Guilty Gear.
All right, and Sadish was also Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
All right, well that's another. Everyone.
Everyone's
same
here.
category.
Yeah, that's kind of why I changed it up. Honestly, on the other one, it's like Mario Party. I think 3D World has a big chance. Has a good chance.
What about best RPG? We got Cyberpunk 2077, Monster Hunter Rise, Scarlet Nexus, Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Tales of Arise.
Oh man,
This was actually kind of hard.
it's a toss-up between two for me.
I'm looking at 3.
Why is
Yeah, I'm looking at
Cyberpunk
three also.
still here?
So here's the thing about Cyberpunk. It got a really bad rap, and the problem was the fact that it was released for older generation consoles. But based on anecdotal evidence, it runs very well on high-end PCs and current gen consoles.
Patrick played it on
So-
current gen.
Well,
What's that?
I played the PS4 copy on a PS5.
Exactly.
Yeah. The PS5
And,
version isn't even out yet, right?
Oh, think so? I
I
think
think
they just like patch it or whatever.
But I don't think they actually did any performance patching for the game. But if you're playing it on a high-end PC, then you're not gonna be experiencing all the meme-worthy content that's been put out regarding it.
I don't even care about the performance issues. This is just the game.
No, I understand that, but the performance issues also belie, how you
It
use
definitely
it.
colors your feeling.
Exactly. So once you don't have to worry about the performance issues, then you can just continue. You can just play the game.
Yeah, I
But of
definitely
course,
heard... No, go ahead.
You got. But then again, the two of you have your whole thing about, what is it? An A-list celebrity being in video games.
That's my thing. Anytime the celebrity endorses a game, the game usually sucks. That's my personal opinion on that.
I just found the game to be a lot of smoke and mirrors, and that there wasn't really much substance to anything you did in the game. None of your choices really felt like they had consequence. Yeah.
I
But you should totally pick it.
I know Jake said he liked it. He played it on PC and he really liked it.
There are people who like it.
So there's definitely a crowd for it, but I think that game, I don't see that game winning Game of the Year considering, like,
Well, it's not
The
up
end.
for game.
or not Game of the Year. Well, Best RPG. I don't see how it can win
Yeah,
that when
That should tell you something.
all those problems out the gate. It's kind of like, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah, but I'm torn between Monster Hunter and Shin Megami Tensei 5. Those are my two that I'm torn between. So, kind of want to go with Monster Hunter again, just because of the crowd. But I know that SMT 5 is pretty,
So I don't know if this will color your view on this, but the Tales series is massive and massively highly rated.
Mhm.
And the Tales of Arise game was a big deal.
I heard that one was actually really good.
Exactly. So, and that's saying a lot for a Tales game to stand out above the rest of the Tales games.
I only know of. I assume that's like Tales of Arcadia. Is that like the old?
Yes,
the old
exactly.
kind of-
So
yeah.
that's the Tales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So
I only know of that game because it was an expensive game. When I used to go game hunting all the time, I'd always look out for it.
so the giant names in this category are Shin Megami Tensei 5 and Tales of Arise. Now, but yeah, so that's just what it is. So I think this is really a 50-50.
It really could go either way for a lot of these.
Exactly. So you never know what's gonna happen.
So what were
I
the
think I'm
Well-
gonna go with Tales of Arise.
what,
yeah,
what
I'm
were
gonna go with
the
Tales of Arise also.
what were the open critic scores for those two games?
So Tales of Arise,
I guess I could look this up myself, but I'm
Tales of Arise, 87 top critic average, 99% critic recommend.
okay.
Shin Megami Tensei, 86 top critic, 94 critic
pretty
recommend.
close.
Yeah,
Pretty close.
Yeah,
yeah, they're pretty close.
What was Monster Hunter?
I have a feeling it's right around that range too.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Monster Hunter is kind of close there too.
88 top critic, 95
Yeah.
critic.
Yeah, I'm
recommend.
taking
Yeah.
Monster
Yeah,
Hunter.
close.
Give me
You going
Monster
with
Hunter.
Monster
I'm
Hunter?
gonna go with Monster Hunter. I don't want to pick the Tales game because like I know zero about it at all. Like
Yeah.
you know.
My logic is I was debating between all three of those.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter I think was good, but I don't think people kept comparing it to previous Monster Hunter to say it was just like
Exactly.
not quite as good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei 5 always has the issue of being compared to Persona, even
Yeah,
though it's the original.
Yeah.
And Tales of Arise, I think, stands tall in its series above all of
Yes.
its series. So
I agree. I agree.
Oh,
That's why I also choose Tales. of
that's just my
Arise.
justification.
Yeah.
well, that's.
But I think it's
yeah.
really close for all of them.
Well, I don't want to just piggyback on your guys' bets when, especially if I knew about the game, then maybe. But I haven't
Be
heard
fair,
anything
you are
about it.
picking the one with the highest critic
So-
score, so,
so-
your logic's not wrong.
So I'm gonna take Monster Hunter there.
Alright.
I mean, you could always go with Scarlet Nexus.
I have no idea what that is either. So
I think that was like an Xbox RPG. I
No,
heard it wasn't
it's
bad,
on all. I was
Is it?
I was thinking about picking it, but it's a science fiction-y, horror-y kind of game.
now, so we all know your feelings of horror games.
Yes.
Although that Doki Doki Literature Club,
Which, I finally got into the play. I gotta watch the end. Maybe we finish recording fast. Okay, let's
That's
go.
funny, considering Patrick's comment about his decision making in Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, having no death.
Yeah. While
It will work. Don't worry. I know everything seems.
He only like specifically started making these decisions just for a specific outcome.
And it all
Anyway.
plays out for a specific reason. It's so good. Anyways, that's
Okay.
action adventure game. We have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, and Psychonauts 2.
I'm going with Metroid. Metroid's my game of the year.
Ooh.
That game is so good.
Ooh.
I loved every second of that game. Until I got to the last boss and I got really mad, and then I beat it. But yeah, that game was great.
So for me, I don't really consider Metroid Dread as a action adventure game. It's definitely an actiony game.
Just
But-
for your awareness, the next category is action game, like pure action.
Right.
So this is action
So-
adventure.
Right, but I don't really consider Metroid Dread having any adventure aspects into it. To me, it doesn't look
What?
like there's not. Yes,
No adventure?
There's not much exploration
Dude, that's the entire thing of a Metroid game
Compared
is
to
exploration.
compared to games like Ratchet and Clank, Psychonauts, or Resident Evil Village. The level and the amount of quote-unquote adventuring you can do is minimal.
I will say, Metroid Dread in particular felt a little more guided than previous Metroid games.
Yes,
So,
it feels
even though eventually the world opens up to allow you to explore, it like kind of guides you in the beginning to get all the power-ups and stuff. by blocking off routes and like directing you where you need to go.
I feel like that's the way
Me
most
personally-
Metroid games are, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Based on what Chad said about me and horror games, despite Resident Evil Village being apparently good, I'm not.
Mhm.
That's not up there for me. But Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart and Psychonauts 2 are the Ratchet and Clank series is such a good series, such a fun series. There's a lot of action, a lot of comedy, a lot of adventure. The original Psychonauts, amazing, and Psychonauts 2 just continued that.
To be fair, I think Metroid and Psychonauts are the two in this category that are Game of the Year.
Right.
contenders.
So for me, I believe, just because of everybody expects Ratchet and Clank to be good, but Psychonauts 2 had such a long development period,
Mhm.
and it's, how can I put it? It's so different. Its subject matter and whatnot, and its art style.
It is very
It's-
unique.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very unique. So I think its uniqueness will set it apart from the rest of the
Feeling
games here.
Just is going for Psychonauts 2 for this
Right,
category.
I'm going for Psychonauts 2.
I think I'm doing the same. I'm doing Psychonauts 2. Only because I think of the categories, everything it's been nominated for, I think this is the one category it will take. I think Psychonauts gets a bone, and it's right here. It deserves to win something. And it is a really good adventure game in the sense of an adventure game. Like,
I never played the first one.
I actually haven't either. It's a bucket list game I definitely want to play at some point.
That was on PS2, right?
I played it on. What did I play it on? I don't even remember what I
don't
played it
remember,
on.
yeah.
I know I played it because I didn't have a PS2.
I know it's on Game Pass, which is where I hope to eventually play it.
You know what? I think I may have played it on PC.
It's probably been on everything by now, so
I know of it, but I never played
Yes.
it.
I believe I did play it on PC.
Yeah, it was on It was on Windows, yeah, PC, Xbox, and PS2.
Yeah, it came out on So
Mhm.
see,
Oh,
I
it's-
never had a PS2. So
Dude, I should play that because Tim Schafer Tim Schafer is the director of it.
yeah, Double Fine.
Yeah.
Alright.
Those Lucas Arts developers.
Metroid, Psychonauts, and Psychonauts. Alright. Moving on to pure action category.
Soothing action.
We got our number one pick, Back for Blood, Chivalry 2, Deathloop, Far Cry 6, and Returnal.
Oh man, that's Returnal got really good reviews.
It did. It's also a very unique game
Yes,
With
it
the,
is. It is a roguelike.
with the roguelike elements.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Mm.
But
And
Deathloop.
of
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Deathloop got nominated for so many things this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the critics' favorite game.
Yeah. I mean, Returnal's huge though. Like people basically were saying that that's like a must-buy as a PS5 owner, and
True.
so it's kind of hard to
I don't think
say.
it got nominated for a lot, so maybe this could be a category where it gets its like.
there is definitely a lot
to
of
stand
action
out.
in Returnal.
You played it, didn't you, Siddish, or no?
I did not.
No.
There's a lot of things shooting at you in Returnal.
True. Probably more than Deathloop in the fact because you're like sneaking around for.
Correct, but that
gameplay
doesn't
stuff.
mean it's not an action game. Deathloop
One that has
doesn't-
more action.
yeah, but Deathloop has options. You have you have a lot of ways and you can play that game. So if you want to go, all loud and guns out, then yeah, you can do that.
I think I'm gonna pick Returnal.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go with Returnal just because it did bite me in the ass in the fantasy league, and
But you had Deathloop in your thing
I did,
also,
but
which got you a lot of points.
but I think action game and roguelike really helps in the sense of like, I don't know, it kind of changes the game to the point where I think it could win that award just for being just having the action but not like being the same thing over and over again, and that's kind of like Deathloop. So like just that thing.
In a way, they both have that kind of loop of like.
Yeah, I guess they do in a sense, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go with Returnal. Why not? It bit me in the ass once. Maybe it'll.
Because so about that. So Deathloop is a bit roguelike in that sense also.
Yeah.
Because I believe
true.
it at after like three time periods in the day just loops back the day, whether you die or not.
Yeah, there's like a time limit. And,
Exactly. So.
And you can only take like so many things with you at the start of each cycle. So.
But unlike Returnal definitely is more of a roguelike than Deathloop, because I believe with Deathloop, like the enemies and whatnot, the spawn say similar or very, the same.
Yes.
So you can,
learn.
So you can plan your route.
Yeah. Whereas
Returnal is random.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of procedural nature.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, what's it gonna be? I'm going with Deathloop. I just have a feeling it's gonna clean house. And
I want to go with Deathloop too, but Chad made some really good points about Returnal. Like
I
Returnal
do see.
yeah, it's a high intensity. It is by nature an action game.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of that way.
Like it is just non-stop action.
Yeah, I kind of think of it like, I don't know, like everyone loved Hades last year, and I mean that was like one of the Game of the Year nominations, but like I feel like the action of it being randomized and all that stuff really helped that game, and that's kind of what I'm looking
really,
at.
Like hooked people.
Yeah, so that's kind of one of the things why I'm picking Returnal.
If Deathloop was in action adventure category, I would have picked it.
Yeah, I mean Deathloop is it's nominated Game of the Year, so it's very possible it could win this too. So, but if Returnal's such a good game, like everybody says, maybe this is the category it takes.
That was my one consideration.
So,
I almost didn't want to pick Deathloop because Returnal does have a chance of stealing it for this category.
You know what? I'm gonna follow Chad on this. I'm gonna go with Returnal.
All right.
Originally, I was gonna go for Deathloop, but I think Chad talked me into it.
No, you can.
He almost convinced me as well.
You can curse me. You can curse me. Taking advice from this guy's 60 points in the league.
Skip one. No. Okay. Next category is Best VR AR game. This is Chad's category.
What? Dude, I didn't even know I Expect You to Die 2 came out.
Oh, now he has a new game he's got to get.
Yeah.
Dude, the first one was so good. Oh, man.
So, yes, Hitman 3, I Expect You to Die 2, Lone Echo 2, Resident Evil 4, and Sniper Elite VR.
Oh, man. I didn't see anything about I Expect You to Die 2, but the first one was, like, awesome. That was one of the best games I purchased. So much fun. Damn it.
So, being a resident VR owner, which one are you gonna pick?
Ah, man. That's
Which
tough.
means you're just waiting for Chad's pick.
Honestly, I mean, that was kind of my sleeper pick of the league that got stolen from you was Lone Echo 2, so I'm kind of tempted to take that, but I don't know what I Expect You to Die 2 did.
Yeah.
and that's really
You
like.
want me to tell you?
Yeah, what did it do? How did it do?
All right. Let's
Give me some numbers.
Those
here.
are the two games I'm debating on, just because those two games seem built.
Well,
for VR.
I've played the originals. I've played Lone Echo, and I've played I Expect You to Die. So, I mean, for me personally, I Expect You to Die I think is a better game, but that's because I'm not really into the Lone Echo stuff. Like I played, I'm pretty sure it was Lone Echo I played. It was like a game where you play like there was like a frisbee game. It was free for Lone Echo. Like you're like literally flying through.
I got an 82 top critic average and 93 critics recommend. It's
So
the
good.
82 that shows up on Fantasy, right?
Yeah,
The top critic average.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it's got an 82. And Lone Echo, what did it get?
It was the highest, and then it dropped. It was like
83.
83. So they're about the same.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Same.
Oh man, I think I've got to go. Oh Jesus, because see, like I'm pretty sure Lone Echo has like it has a big following and a big like. I'm pretty sure it's multiplayer. If I'm thinking of the right game, it has like a multiplayer aspect to it. I Expect You to Die did not. That was a straight up solo VR game.
All right.
But I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go for Lone Echo 2, just because I think it's the more ambitious of the two.
I heard Resident Evil 4 was pretty good in VR too, but I don't see
So
that taking best game though.
My thought process of this is that Hitman 3, Resident Evil 4, and Sniper Elite VR are not natively VR or AR games.
Yeah.
So I don't even consider them in the running.
Yeah.
Just because I Expect You to Die 2 and Lone Echo 2, they are built for VR and therefore they take better advantage of what VR is capable of.
Experience is designed.
Exactly,
around-
the entire experience and gameplay loop is designed around you having those goggles on and using those hand controls.
Dude, I'm so like disappointed
so
I didn't know that game came out.
So I'm with Chad in that I expect You to Die 2 is probably the funner of the game because you play as a spy
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you're trapped and you have
Like-
to rummage around. It's basically like a virtual escape room.
It's short, it's sweet, it's simple.
You played
Exactly,
it.
and
Did you
it's-
play it at my house, Sidish?
Yes, I did play it
Okay.
at your house.
The game's so good.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's very, very fun.
And it's a game you can play with
But-
like people too, because like they
Yeah.
can sit in the back and like.
I think it's honestly the better VR game, but
but
I'm going on
but-
ambition.
But
Yeah.
Lone Echo 2 is a more fully fleshed out
Mhm.
video game
It's immersive. It's very
actual
immersive.
plot.
Like yeah.
with story and characters.
Because I Expect You to Die is basically your James Bond, and
Yeah.
you're stuck in
In a
like
sense.
the villain's trap. That's really what
Right.
it comes down to.
And that's all it is. It's you go from little like self-contained little puzzles, as you keep playing. But Lone Echo 2,
Gotta get in the mind of the critics. So how they're
exactly.
Gonna
So
exactly.
here's a quote that I just read online. Lone Echo 2 is 2021's Half-Life Alyx.
well,
There you go.
if that's the case, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the critics' reviews are kind of all over the place on this game, though.
Well, I mean, it's up to you, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to go with Lone Echo 2.
All
Just
right.
because I feel like it is a stronger game overall,
Yeah,
and as compared to I Expect You to Die 2.
man.
Which I will say candidly, it is definitely the more fun of the two games,
Yeah.
despite not having ever played it except the first one in Chad's house.
So if you just look at this real quick, or just hear me out on this one, it's kind of funny. I just did a Google search on I Expect You to Die 2, and the first thing, IGN 8 out of 10, and then one of the quotes was, "This is the best VR game I've ever played," from the IGN guy. But then Lone Echo 2 on IGN, it says it's fantastic to control and very comfortable to play, but it only got a 6 out of 10. on their scale. But again, this stuff's all subjective. Because then Tech Radar and CG Magazine and some other places gave it like 4 out of 5.
Just follow your heart, Chad. Follow your heart.
Chad.
God damn it.
God, what Patrick says with that stupid evil smile of his.
I'm gonna stick with Lone Echo, Lone Echo too.
Okay.
Because we're all gonna take the crash on this one if it's not right. because it was the only VR game I picked last year, and if I knew I Expect You to Die was coming out, I would have picked that. I just had no idea. I don't really follow the VR scene. I usually just kind of.
That's something you're gonna have to follow more closely next season.
Well, yeah. I need to follow it more closely because due to the fact I have a VR system. It's just too much of a hassle to like set up, especially right now. I don't really have the room for it. So
speaking of a market that nobody follows, next category is best mobile game. We have Fantasian, Genshin Impact, League of Legends, Marvel Future Revolution, and Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Untie.
I remember talking to Dish about this category, and we both looked up Marvel Future Revolution. And we're like, "Whoa, this is not what."
Yeah, that is one
like.
fancy-looking game.
Yeah.
Like it would give. It looks like it would give like. It looks like it would play. It's a game from like the PS4 or the Xbox One.
It looks like
It looks really good.
Right.
I think I'm just gonna pick League of Legends just because of its status and following.
That's not a bad thought.
Yeah.
So let's okay. So there's 3 definitely for me. Genshin Impact, League of Legends, and Pokemon.
Yeah, those are the 3
now,
I was looking at too.
Now, yeah. So Genshin Impact, I played it on the PS4 and the PS5. It is a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous game.
Surprisingly beautiful.
It is beautiful, and it works well on console. I never played it on mobile though, but I hear good things about it on mobile as well.
I actually installed it on my phone and just to see what it was like, and it actually ran pretty well.
Right now, League of Legends, I believe it runs on the worst available PCs.
So you can play
it? So yes, even I can play it. Well, we don't know that. And I would presume that would, lower the bar of entry for the number of people that can play it on mobile devices. But it is an MMO, not an MMORPG. It's a MOBA.
MOBA, yeah.
Yeah, with much like Pokemon Unite.
Yeah.
Now the thing about Pokemon Unite is
it's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon, which already you have an immediate audience with that. Yeah, everybody knows all the Pokemon. So
I don't feel like I've
also,
heard that much that's like good about that game though.
It's a great game.
I think people actually have really enjoyed it.
Really? Okay.
I would say Pokemon Unite has a much lower bar of entry than League of Legends because League of Legends is a lot more complicated in its gameplay than Pokemon is. I believe in League of Legends you have to, buy artifacts and stuff to better your character, your guardian, or whatever the hell they're called. But in Pokemon Unite, the Pokemon evolves.
I think,
and you're done.
For me, like League of Legends though has just been around for so long, and it was like one of the biggest esports games that are out there.
League of Legends is the biggest.
Yeah.
Video game.
And it doesn't mean it's the best
in the world,
but yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's the best. It just is the biggest, I believe.
Yeah.
But I believe Pokemon Unite made a big splash this year.
Okay.
Was it this year when it came out?
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah. So I'm definitely going with Pokemon Unite.
Pokemon Unite?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was debating Genshin Impact because it had that new whole region that was actually really pretty and cool. but I think Pokemon Unite did make a bigger splash. I think I'm going with Pokemon as well because people seem to be pretty pleased with it, and it's pretty rare for Pokemon to do something new that works really well like that.
Like we talked about earlier when you're like, I don't think Game Freak could do that. Yeah. No, I'm gonna
I
stick.
don't think I don't know if Game Freak made Pokemon Unite.
It wasn't Niantic, was it? No, because that's
No, not
they
them.
just do the emotional. Yeah, they do
But
that.
you're right. I think it might have been someone else. They have been kind of partnering more with other companies to help.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna stick with League of Legends just
So
because.
the
Why
the
not?
publisher was the
Okay.
Pokemon company, but the developer was EIMI Studio Group and
Ah.
the Pokemon company.
Of course.
I believe the Pokemon company always has to have a hand in every Pokemon
Yeah,
game or anything, correct?
pretty sure.
I would hope
So,
so, considering it's the Pokemon company.
So let's see. Next is the best indie game. Now this might be a hot category. We got 12 Minutes, Death's Door, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Inscription, and Loop Hero.
There's definitely just two for me in this. For me, it's between Death's Door and Kena.
Yeah. The only one I've heard about, like a lot about, I wanted to play 12 Minutes, but I never did, and then the reviews were kind of lukewarm on it. But at the
Who
same
was it, William
time,
Dafoe?
yeah,
Is that who's in it?
again, another actor.
Actor.
No, I mean, I think it's not a bad game. From what I heard about it, it was if you don't like point and click adventure game style stuff, then you won't like it. Like if you're not used to that gameplay style. But everything I've heard about Death's Door, just
Yeah.
everyone's clamoring over that game, so I think that's my pick.
The controls, the style, just everything.
Yeah, like Kena, everyone was looking forward to, but Death's Door, it's constantly people talking about that one.
I'll let you in on the secret. I started playing Kena a little while ago. I'm not too hot on it now. It's not that great. It definitely has its share of frustrations. So, for that reason, I'm going with Death's Door.
And for that reason, I'm out. Dun, 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 dun.
Alright, so we got Death's Door from Chad and myself, Sadish.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Death's Door too. It is definitely the most indie of these of the two picks I have.
Alright,
Yeah,
alright.
because I feel like Kena's as good as I assume it to be, and you know what they say about assuming.
That'll be
it is definitely quote unquote cookie cuttery kind of game.
It's a very B grade adventure game.
Right.
Like it was admirable for as good as it looks for an indie game to make. But
Correct.
It sounds
But
like a game that Sadish will get at a discount from Patrick when Patrick's done playing it.
I didn't even think about that.
you ruined his surprise Christmas gifts,
Oh,
Chad.
damn.
It's why I'm trying to beat it so I can give it to him.
Seriously? Oh, dear. But
For
yeah,
yourself.
it's definitely But Death's Door as an indie game, I believe, is a stronger of what's here.
All right. Moving on.
Whoopsies.
No, it's surprise, Sadish, and Chad gets Donkey Kong. Because buy 3 Donkey Kong games at once. It's the most absurd deal I've ever heard.
As they shipped it, you're like the only person that bought it, and they're like, who the hell bought 3 copies of Funky Mode?
Yes.
That's when like the
It's-
FedEx guy shows up at your door, and you go to go pick it up in store. You walk in as Donkey Kong in your costume.
Dude, I hope when they come to my door, I'm gonna get my Donkey Kong mask and just like open the door and be like,
Yeah, no
Uh,
context, zero
no.
context of the delivery.
I'm just gonna go in Donkey Kong December. Anyways,
Fool.
best music. We got Cyberpunk 2077, Deathloop, Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and The Artful Escape. Kind of a tricky category, actually.
Yeah, music is.
So I mean, they all have good soundtracks in their own
In their own way.
regards.
Yeah. Yes, Near Replicant. I don't know about that Loop soundtrack. I
Maybe, yeah, that was probably the one out of these 5 I would
yeah.
disregard.
If Cyberpunk 2077 soundtrack is like what do you call it?
It did have
Blade
like,
Runner. If it's like Blade Runner's music, then maybe.
they
but-
actually had quite a variety of music because like there are all these radio stations you could change to that have like actual bands record their
Did-
own unique
right,
music for it.
Didn't Grand Theft Auto? Wasn't Grand Theft Auto like Vice City or something? You know, win something for music because.
Vice City was all
Because
the
of that.
80s. It was all the 80s hits that were like
Right.
crazy. Yeah. Well,
That's why, for me, it's. I feel like it's gonna be hard because Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy
I'm
already
looking
has
at the
their
game list
soundtrack
right
out.
now, and it's amazing. The soundtrack for Guardians of the Galaxy,
Right.
That's
it's like
licensed.
amazing '80s hits.
it's
Mhm.
so good. Like I'm just looking
Not
at
to
it right
mention
now.
that they also recorded some original music for it that's really good.
And
Yeah.
which I did listen to. It's called Star-Lord's Band. And
Yeah,
the one I listened to was amazing.
yeah.
Um,
I'm all in on Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, it has Aha Take on Me. I'm sold. That's all I need. Or
but
even
the thing is, the thing is, the score for it probably very mediocre.
yeah, it's possible. But that's
Yeah,
the thing.
the
man.
original score for it is probably very mediocre, very like run-of-the-mill action-y, adventure-y gamey.
Mhm.
But like its music, it's like Star-Lord's soundtrack. Star-Lord's volume of music is phenomenal just because it's 80s, nostalgia. Near Replicant definitely has an amazing score.
I've heard
And-
just
right.
It's like really epic.
But the clincher here is the Artful Escape.
And that is
That
the
is a
curveball.
game. Yeah, that is a game about music.
It's a whole it's a music game. So
Exactly. So for a game where its crux is its music and its score or its original score,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to go with the Artful Escape, despite how good the soundtrack for Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy probably is. Not probably, just straight up is. But
Why have I not heard of these games? I have not heard of this game, and I'm looking at it right now, and it looks interesting. Anyway,
Artful Escape,
yeah, never heard of it.
We've shown it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you've heard of Nier, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I've never played it. Never played
Okay.
it. I heard of like older ones, and this one just
Chad's
being
going-
ridiculous. I'm
Chad,
still sticking with Guardians of the Galaxy just because it's what I know of.
I'm not denying you, man.
You know what? I'm
My
not gonna.
heart
Once Guardians.
wants Guardians. My heart wants Guardians. But the Academy
Yeah.
will probably go
Yeah.
for something.
I'm
more.
trying to get in the mindset of the critics. I'm not gonna like this pick, but I think I'm gonna pick Cyberpunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That is wow.
Just
Okay.
because it had probably the greatest variety of music and like original music that they produced. So
Weren't you like you were like a lead singer of a band, weren't you? Like in the game?
that was Kiana's
Kiana,
character.
yeah, Kiana Reeves, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going with that. Just got a feeling. That'll be like the one category.
Feeling
That's why.
deep inside. So good. That's not in the game though.
No.
That's in, yeah. It's on the pinball machine though.
Up his best narrative. Deathloop, it takes two.
So
Life
yeah,
is-
so here are the songs. So Blondie, Call Me, Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, Bobby McFerrin,
Oh,
Don't Worry,
nice.
Be Happy.
That's
Such an amazing
Yeah.
song.
I had that on cassette as a kid.
Wang Chung's Everybody.
Yep, that
Has
was
One
when I
Tonight.
saw Wing Chun on there. I was like, this has to win.
The Final Countdown by Europe.
Yeah, there's some pretty ridiculous songs on
Is-
there.
Hit Me With
just
Your
gonna
Best
change
Shot, Pat Benatar,
Yeah.
Iran.
Yeah.
Give me one more chance before I lock it.
Rick Astley is never going to give you up. Come on. Come on. Tainted Love.
Yeah,
Wake Me Up Before You Go.
it's a
We
s-
Build the City.
it's a pretty ridiculous 80s
It's,
soundtrack.
it's an amazing song. Soundtrack.
That sound, everything you just listed is what you'd see on like a an infomercial in the 90s, where it'd be like
It's
be
what we
like,
were singing on the way
80s
to pick up your...
jams. Oh yeah, when we went to get the South Park machine.
Yeah.
We just listened to the 80s Pandora channel the whole way there.
Despite what my heart wants to pick, I'm gonna go with the art.
He's sticking with it. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. So next category is actually best art direction. I clicked too fast.
Yeah.
We got Deathloop, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and The Artful Escape. Which Chad now knows what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I mean, it looks interesting, but I don't think that is best art direction by any means.
No.
Um,
There's a lot of different things going on with each of these picks.
Yes.
yeah. There's one I want to look up because I think I know. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Me and Sadish were looking at past winners for this category. I think the craziest year, although it makes sense what won, was 2017 Cuphead won, which obviously that makes so much sense.
Yeah, dude.
But it lost to Persona 5, and I was like, oh man, what an upset for Persona to be released at the same year. That was hard for that game to swallow.
Yeah, I think for this, let me look at this one real quick.
That's hard.
I just gotta look because I just don't know enough about it.
Originally, before I started playing Kena Bridge of Spirits, I was leaning towards it.
That's what I'm leaning towards right now. Because out of
Now that I've actually started playing it, I don't feel that way.
No, I agree with you.
It feels a little more. It feels kind of generic.
Right.
when I'm playing
It has that generic, oh, look at this beautiful world kind of look to it.
Like, don't get me wrong. It's
Like,
very,
it's brightly
it's very
colored.
clean,
Yes.
but
But original art direction, I don't really think so.
it's not inspiring to me.
Right. So Psychonauts 2, just because it's a unique looking game as we mentioned before. But it's not that different from the original Psychonauts. But let's not take that into account. Ratchet and Clank is always Ratchet and Clank. It's a gorgeous looking game, but it's like what Patrick said. It's got its look, it's got its style. It's what it is.
I think they're gonna go with Ratchet. and Clank.
That's what I was.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was. After Patrick's talking about Kenna sucking, like, I don't know.
I think Kena and Ratchet are probably the two technical impressive.
Yeah, I mean,
for me, it's going to be Deathloop. And I know that's a stretch for you guys, but it's got like 1960s vibe to it. It's got a lot of different art styles in the game as well, I believe.
Mhm.
So I think just for the variety and how well its art is done, the quality of its art, I think that's gonna win it.
You probably have the smarter pick, but I can't convince myself to pick it.
The Artful Escape has definitely got its indie look to it.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is always unique looking, but
I don't think.
right.
Just from what I
Deathloop
just
is
saw, it's
just
like
polished. It's got a really good, polished, well thought out art to it.
From screenshots I just looked at, I think Bridge of Spirits is the better looking game out of all of them here, personally. But
that's how I thought as well.
Like, it
Which
looks
you could totally still pick
gorgeous.
it.
Yeah, I might pick it because I think it looks really good from the pictures. Ratchet and Clank, like Siddish said, it looks like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Which isn't a knock.
Yeah, no, I mean it looks great. Like the game does look.
Yeah.
I actually have it on my Amazon wish list.
It takes so much work to like make all those universes and planets and each one
everything to look
themes
unique and
yeah.
But I feel like Deathloop might win it.
All right,
Be-
so I got you for Deathloop.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with my Ratchet and Clank.
I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take.
Now that you talk
Canna.
about you talk about like screenshots and whatnot. I'm looking at some Ratchet and Clank screenshots.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
Mhm.
It is such a gorgeous game.
Right?
Oh my god.
I
It's
think
definitely
you're
it
looking
looks
through
better than
like I think you're looking through like gray tinted glasses because it's Ratchet and Clank, but
yeah,
take out
maybe
that
because
nostalgia.
I've always loved it, and I've always loved the look of it and the world. They've just been amazing. Yeah, Kenna looks pretty damn good too. Jesus.
all right, well, gonna stick with your Deathloop.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think your
I think yours is the smartest decision.
your explanation of why you're picking it does make
Yeah.
sense. I think because it is kind of like more original in that sense, like
Yeah.
because it is kind of that like shaft.
I just
like,
I will be disappointed if it wins. I don't want it to win. I can't pick it.
I paid zero attention to that game every time they showed it at every single PlayStation State of Play. I was just like, this game again. I don't care.
Speaking of this game again, best narrative, Deathloop. And It Takes Two, Life is Strange True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2. So, I guess it's whatever direction you think people are gonna care about the story.
This is hard for me.
Gonna say
I'm gonna say
Life is Strange or It Takes Two.
I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy is just out of the running
Yeah.
comparatively, story wise. When it comes to the other games, it's funny when Patrick and I were talking about this before. I had some hot takes on certain subjects.
Yeah.
We are recording, Satish.
Yeah, I know.
But go ahead.
No. It's hard though. But like the Life is Strange series is all about the narrative.
It
Yeah.
is
Correct.
very story driven.
Yes,
But
it is
At its core.
right. At its core, it is 100% story driven. And It Takes Two has a story, has a narrative that it is trying to
Yeah.
convey to the
People
player.
really like it. I suppose
Right.
it must have a good story to like
Right.
aside just the gameplay.
I'm going with Life is Strange. I think that's gonna win.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know about the narrative concerning Deathloop or Psychonauts 2.
I think I'm gonna go with It Takes Two.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, it's not. Definitely not a bad pick.
I feel like it'll be a surprising pick, especially coming from that FU guy, like winning the best narrative. You're like, wow, he can actually do something. He can actually write a story.
Oh yeah, we get to see him next week say the F word on the thing again. Get all super excited, and he's been the best part of the last like 2 or 3 Game Awards.
Who is this?
The developer of that game, I forgot his name.
Yeah, of that studio. I don't remember his name either. Just F the Oscars.
Is he from Spain or from France or something? He's
Some place in Europe. Yeah.
he's like European, but he's like straight up just like
Yeah,
at first.
I think he has like a history in like independent filmmaking or something.
Joseph Ferris?
Is that him?
Is that who you're talking about?
That sounds right.
Yeah, you should look up the YouTube videos of him on there. He was just like, "Fuck EA" or something like that, or was it?
Yeah.
Was it
F the
EA?
Oscars.
Or
Oscars.
maybe it's the Oscars. I don't know. He was cursing about something, and
Because I think the very first Game Awards, he was like, "I love what you're doing here, Jeff. F the Oscars."
and Jeff's
This
just
is
like,
the real
"Whoa."
one.
Yeah, he totally seems like he's like boozed up a little bit when he gets on on the mic.
He's the wild card.
But that's good. That's entertainment. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Life is Strange.
Okay. It Takes Two for me. What will Sadish settle on?
Oh, god damn it.
I think this is the second to last. I think this is the last one before Game of the Year. Yeah. So we
Good.
have one left.
It's getting
after this.
it's getting late.
I'm trying to get into
Yeah.
the minds of the people who. I'm gonna go with Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Yes.
All right. Lock it in. Now the big one, the tiebreaker if it comes down to it.
Metro
Game of
Dread.
the Year.
Metro Dread.
That has no hesitation.
Yeah, that game is so good.
Metroid Dread.
I'm gonna go with Deathloop.
Ooh.
I think it's between Deathloop and Metroid, personally. I think because just based on I've played nothing with Deathloop, but everyone seems to have loved it. But Metroid Dread was just my game of the year, regardless. So good.
I'm going purely on the number of nominations
Yeah.
and previous Game of the Year winners.
Yeah, as much as I loved Metroid Dread, I feel like its nomination is more of a respect for Nintendo.
You think so, though?
Just as I think It Takes Two is a respect just as an indie game being nominated.
I feel like everybody loved Metroid Dread, though, other than the creator of God of War. Like, seriously, like, everybody loved that game. Like, this was, like, the Metroid game. The throwback. It being compared to Super Metroid and that's the game. That's the pinnacle. And it's been a long time since Nintendo's won a Game of the Year. It's been
It's
since
not that
Breath of the
good.
Wild. No?
I don't think so.
I think
At
it's
least
amazing.
not personally.
I thought it was fantastic.
The only time Nintendo won recently was Breath of the Wild. I don't think it's quite that level.
And before Breath of the Wild, it was what? It was probably like Link Between Worlds, Zelda game.
I'd have to go back. It was before it was called the Game Awards.
Yeah.
And Nintendo won anything.
Yeah.
But based off all these nominations, I'm going with what seems to be the critics' favorite this year. It's going to be Deathloop. I don't want it to be Deathloop, but it's going to be Deathloop. And that's my vote.
Didn't Metroid Dread score a higher critic rating than Deathloop?
Did it? I mean, I'm sticking with Deathloop regardless, but
I thought it did. I thought
I
it
kind of
was.
want to know now. Let's look that up, just to fill our curiosity.
They're very close, if not. Because I thought Deathloop was like, I had Deathloop. I think it got an 87, 82,
Deathloop got an 88.
an 88. Okay.
88, and Metroid Dread got an 87.
Okay. Yeah. I knew they were very, very close.
Yeah,
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Metro Dread was really freaking good.
it was good. Don't get me wrong, but
I feel like a lot of online heads though might roll if a 2D game wins Game of the Year, and it was a $60 2D game. Maybe
Well,
we
there
need
you have
we need that. That way you can prove that a 2D
would be
game
cool,
is
yeah.
Game of the Year. So
yeah.
I mean, Cuphead won Game of the Year, didn't it?
No,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
that was Breath of the Wild year.
Oh,
Sorry.
right.
Womp 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 womp.
You're not gonna win against that. All
Was
right.
that Breath of the Wild? Was that the year Breath of the Wild?
2017? Pretty sure.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I was like, I didn't think I lived in my old house yet, because that's when I got Cuphead. I remember I lived, but that was the year I moved in, so makes sense.
All right. Well, we're gonna lock it in with that. We managed to get some varying votes here and there, so we'll actually have an outcome here. That's good. And
We all
then-
just picked the same game the whole way down. Or...
No, there were a few categories. I was afraid me and Sajish for a while were picking all the same games, but
Yeah.
we started changing it up at the what was it, best soundtrack. So
You want to put up our votes?
you want to see what we got?
Yeah.
Just on a little
All
Excel
right.
sheet here.
It's very hard to read on the recording, but that's okay.
Wow.
There you go. Much better.
So, what
I
were
believe
these
this was
categories again?
multiplayer
Yes.
here. This was
This is
sim or
sim.
simulation.
Yes.
Which we differed here, and me and
Yeah.
Chad, we differed against Chad there. We all picked Forza for sports racing.
Yes.
You and me both picked this for family game. Chad chose Mario 3D World.
And I did that pretty much as
Exciting.
that was my outlier, because it's just
That was
kind
your
of
out.
because I feel like it's gonna be one of the two. And I feel like a 3D Mario game should beat out a Mario Party game, and it's a game that multiple people haven't played yet.
when you
so,
say it like that, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But then RPG, we chose Tales of Arise. Well, Chad went with the series favorite Monster Hunter. This was for action adventure. Psychonauts versus Chad's Metroid. Here I'd vary from
Action.
you two for action, which is interesting. I was the only one to choose Deathloop. Are you?
Now I would have chosen Deathloop, but
I guess this is Returnal's one shot of glory.
but
Yeah.
again, like I said before, Chad talked me into Returnal.
Mm-hmm.
you just want to
skipping VR.
yeah, it's VI.
We got mobile Pokemon Unite versus League of Legends, and then
That's
the
indie.
best soundtrack:
Yes.
Guardians, Cyberpunk, and Artful Escape.
Is that the only
Somebody-
category where we all have something different?
Yeah.
Oh, and the next one
Yeah.
Okay.
for best
That's
art
hard.
direction:
Yeah.
Kena, Ratchet, and Deathloop.
I think one of us will win, like out of those three. Like I feel like we're pretty good with picking the ones that probably don't have a chance
Yes.
out.
I agree. We've definitely picked the top three
Yeah.
of all these categories.
Yeah.
And,
If we somehow miss all three in a category, we need to shame ourselves. I don't know.
Shame.
And then this was narrative. I
yeah.
to where you guys chose Life is Strange, and Game of the Year, Deathloop versus Metroid.
Yep.
Which is honestly what it probably will boil down to.
Yeah.
Alright. Good stuff. So, that will wrap it up. Whoever wins will get to choose the draft order for next season, of which we're going to hope we can get a few more teams in. So, stay tuned for that, as well as the results, of course, which will likely be solidified after the Game Awards conclude. So, thank you again for joining for Critics Battle Royale. I guess you only
I see. Patrick has Waifu Simulator installed in his computer.
You'll be editing that out. We will try to get an actual episode out shortly, since it's been like,
we also need to talk about our favorite games of the year.
Yeah,
be
so
it released or otherwise.
Metroid Dread.
No.
So good. But till next time, hopefully not 5 months from now. Well, at least we'll have a follow-up episode of at a minimum after the Game Awards. So, which is that's a Thursday, the 9th.
It's next week, Thursday.
Yeah, next Thursday, so we can definitely get a recording out by that weekend. So, cool.
All right. Till next time, everyone. Happy gaming.
See ya.
Bye.
Deuces.